SEC football media days wrapped up from the Winfrey Hotel. The Rebels using last season as motivation, everything from the Egg Bowl win to the disappointing end in the Peach Bowl. Tommy Lopez anchors our coverage from Hoover and has more with Ole Miss.
Head coach Hugh Freeze starting his day signing autographs, involved in the final round of SEC Media Days. He and a couple of his players making the trip to Hoover. Tight end Evan Ingram joined by Mike Hilton and C.J. Johnson to discuss in part the successes of last year, but also the expectations coming into this season. And there are a number of reasons to be optimistic if you're an Ole Miss fan. The Rebels talking today a lot about how proud they are of what they accomplished last season, beating Alabama, perhaps the biggest win, being ranked as high as third in the country, but also about their optimism for this coming season. Lots of reasons to think Ole Miss could be taking the next step.
We were in the top four and then we fell out. Well, this time we're trying to get in that top four, then stay in the top four and hopefully compete for a national championship.
And hopefully everyone returning from injury and being healthy, I think there's no question we should be relevant in who decides the SEC West.
Johnson says Freeze uses the phrase national championship for the first time during a spring since he's been a Rebel. Perhaps that means there are different expectations this season.
So that kind of tells you where he thinks we are as a program, and it clearly sends a message to the other guys who've been in the program and knows what he's about. We're going to shoot for the stars, and that's a SEC championship in Atlanta and competing in the college football playoffs.
The quarterback spot and all of its uncertainty drawing lots of attention here in Hoover. Coach Freeze says today that he likely will not decide who his starter is until after the season begins.
I think all three are talented. I think all three have skill sets that are going to help us win football games, and I'm excited about them getting into the competition.
Not as much talk today about shoes and fashion as for that other Mississippi SEC school. A lot of business today. The Rebels get back to business in a couple of weeks with a start to camp in Hoover. Tommy